Loneliness, feeling loneliness, it's just a state of mindset where a person goes through severe depression, anxiety, so much of worries. Some people feel like they are not living this life fully. They feel like this life is not worthy to live. Few people quit their life. So many times we see in news channels, newspapers, magazines that people just commit suicide because they feel like they are harassed brutally by society people, brutally by surrounding people and the environmental pressure. It is just such a negative state of mind. A person withdraws from everything and start feeling like going downward, like low self-esteem, lack of self-worthiness, low self-confidence, and it is just going so much into deep that a person feels like this life is miserable. Is it true that loneliness is such a negative term and loneliness is such negative state of mind that a person has to choose such kind of things? Namo Himalaya, I am Priya, your mindset transformation and manifestation coach. I am going to deep dive into this topic about loneliness, being loneliness. And this is such a big topic. I want to break down this video into two parts. The first part I am going to break down with the causes of feeling loneliness or being loneliness, why it is happening to a person, what are the causes. That I am going to break down with this first part, and the second part of video we will just discuss about how to take charge of your own life to get rid of loneliness permanently. That means you will choose the term solitude over loneliness. You will choose to become alone among the crowd, and how to navigate through that we will discuss about the second part of your video. But before that, I would like to know which part of the world you are tuning from and what kind of manifestations you are doing. If you have any dream you are finding like challenges through the manifestation process, if you have any questions related to spirituality and mindset transformation, please comment me below. So the first part we are going to deep dive into it. What are the causes of feeling loneliness or being alone? So the first term I would like to let you know that it is just an identity. Being loneliness or feeling of loneliness is just an identity formed by the society or our past pattern where we grew up, the people who were surrounded with ourselves from our childhood towards our younger age or elder age. We just see, listen and get a lot of information from the social media, news channels and newspapers that so many people are going through loneliness, depression, anxiety, and they are also committing suicide. And those are so much fed into our subconscious that when we feel like we are alone, when we feel like we are not understanding others, when we feel like people are not understanding our thoughts and our thought pattern doesn't match or our words doesn't match, then we feel like we are alone in our life journey. It's so difficult to live this life. And also you must understand it is just an identity formed by the people. So our life is balanced and our spiritual realm and everything seems like everything is balanced. What does that mean? Means when there is something existing, there is also something non-existing. When there is positivity, there is also negativity. When a person actually conditioned like we have to be with so many of people, we have to be with the gathering of people, we have to be with the events and enjoying joyfulness, being happier and exciting. Those are emotions are connected to with a lot of people, a gathering. But understand, it is also when there is also joining, also there is withdrawing. That means the immediately the person or the person's mind is connected with the people. At the same time, the mind also searches for not being with the people, or a fear immediately arises like not to be with people. Means example, a person, suppose a person is in event, at the same time the person feels like, what if the event is finishing up, what if this moment is just living apart, and what will happen. That means the mind always searches for something that is existing, at the same time non-existing. So the person is so much comfortable with being with the people, being with the group of people, or surrounded by so many people or gathering, then a person is not comfortable with being loneliness. That means it is just a condition or the state of mindset. It itself manifests into reality for being with people, for not being with people. Second point of being loneliness is also if you have a past traumatic childhood. When a child sees so much of negativity, depression, or fighting, quarrel and arguments, separation, divorce, and so much of things in its a very early childhood, the child's subconscious is absorbed into so much of negativity, like being abandoned by the people, being abandoned by society people, friends, and fear of being with good people, fear of not sharing, feeling ashamed of sharing. All those terms, actually the child just goes very deep into subconsciously. Also on later stage, a child starts feeling like fear of being loneliness, fear of being abandoned by people, feeling of unworthiness, feeling of low self-confidence and low self-esteem. All these things this child starts feeling and also manifested into reality, into the child's later stage of life. If you are resonating such kind of things, then you must understand what are the things it has happened to in your childhood, so that start journaling it. Now you must understand what are the things, why it is actually manifesting in your life. Being loneliness, it is just a state of mind, it is just an emotional state of mind that you are manifesting it repeatedly from your past traumatic childhood. And the third one is very, very important one, also my favorite one, because I had gone through this. This is called spiritual awakening. Sometimes a person goes through an awakening in its life when a person has to unfold a new reality into life. The societal conditioning will not resonate anymore. The people who are being with him or her will not resonate anymore. The thought pattern will not resonate anymore. Everything will just fall apart, and that's called spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening is just a beautiful form of life. It has to take several stages to form its better reality, manifest into a better reality. And in this phase, a person may feel a lot of loneliness, being harassed by people, feeling of abandoned by people, and it's okay to understand that this is just a short term or limited time. A person has to go through this to get into a better reality. So it's okay to understand, it's okay to feel, it's okay to accept, and it's okay to get rid of. So these are the three things you have to understand why a person feels loneliness into his or her life. And the second part, I am going to deep dive into it, how to take charge of our own life to get rid of loneliness. So stay tuned to our next video. Till then, Namo Himalaya.